Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, 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 Vanessa. What's up, Vanessa? What it do? We are simulcasting on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, I am Willie D Official. On YouTube, it's Willie D Live. Willie D Live. There you go, fam. Also, make sure you check out my interview channel, which is Willie D Conversations on YouTube. You don't want to miss that. I got some good stuff. A lot of good content over there. All right, fam. What else we got here? Sharita. What's up, Sharita? Lord Nova 85. El Chongcho. Who is that? Manita Wilson, Charles Claiborne, Trendy 13, Mike from Boston, Kels, Pamela Hamilton, Brian Toller, what's up? Eric Campbell, Detroit, what it do? Tampa checking in. Chris Farnott, Brinley, Orlando, what's up, Orlando? Zephyrin Daniels, Baltimore in the building, Baltimore. What's up, Bookmarker? Savannah, Georgia. Herzogen, Von Ballin, Colorado. Okay, fam. Crystal S. Dion Brown, Inglewood, New Jersey, and Canada checking in. Mary Baloo. Okay, fam. Going in. This is a damn shame, fam. This is a hard one right here, fam. I really do be going out of my way not to even cover these type of stories because they're so pervasive in American society. Everywhere you look, it's going down. Every city. For those of you who like to talk about how slow the South is and how backwards it is and how racist it is, it ain't gotta be the South. This go on all over America. This is in New York, the so-called most advanced city in America, in the U.S. This is supposed to be the upperly mobile city. You know, this is the progressive city, and they killing black folks. The police killing. So y'all better stop watching them damn movies. Y'all better stop watching those old Southern slave movies and all that kind of stuff, and understand that it go down. If it's in the U.S., it go down. If you live in the U.S., you can be subject to being attacked by your own government at any moment. And I say government because everything the police do they do at the behest of the government. Believe that. Because if the government wanted to stop any of it, just like that, they could stop it. They could shut it down like that. So the guy that's sitting on the gurney is the latest a black person to be brutally violated and murdered in cold blood by members of law enforcement. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks is from Greece, New York. He was 35 years old in 2017 when he was sentenced to 12 years in state prison, along with 4 years post-release supervision for stabbing his longtime girlfriend, 34-year-old Diana Rivera, in the chest, neck, side, and back. All right? Now, got that out the way. Yeah, got it out of the way for all of y'all who want to go back and look up his past and say, well, because of his past, then he deserved to be killed, and therefore the police officers should be exonerated. They did the public a favor. No, they are just as much as an uncivilized mutt as Robert was when he stabbed that woman. That's right. I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. Yeah, I know y'all couldn't wait to, because first time as soon as somebody black get killed, y'all rushing to go see what their criminal record looked like. What type of person was he? Talking to his pre-kindergarten teacher. Did he ever throw a pencil in the room? Did he make good grades? Did he play well with others? Y'all want to know everything about his character, everything about his background. Anything to try to line up the murder, to try to justify the murder. So I got it out of the way. I just told y'all what the background is. A lot of them, they're not reporting his background right now. A lot of the people in the media, they're not saying anything about that right now, but they are going to start flooding the timelines with that information. I can guarantee you it'll probably start happening tonight. Let me be clear. There's absolutely no justification for what these uncivilized mutts did to that dude. What he did in 2017 he was serving his time for. He was sentenced to 12 years. He was serving his time. By some accounts, by some of you guys' accounts, some of y'all theories, y'all theorize that, well, depending on what kind of crime he did, if he get killed, then, hey, man, maybe he deserved it if the police killed him. Y'all really want to let the police off the hook for deciding to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner? Y'all really want the police to have that type of power? It don't matter what you think of this dude as a person. He represents any living human being that could find themselves in a situation where the police have stewardship of their body. They can decide when they want to take life or spare life. Especially when you go into their territory, when you go into their house, those prisons, those jail cells are their house. So when you get inside of there, they run it like it's their house. Like they don't give a damn. You got the outside laws that they act like they uphold. And then you got their own laws where they do things like they want to do things. And people just mysteriously end up dead who was otherwise healthy when they're in the custody of police officers. And oftentimes what they'll do is they will lie and say, you self-inflicted harm. Or they'll lie and say, some inmate jumped you. They don't know who it was and ain't nobody talking. This is the type of stuff these people do. You tried to attack the officers and they defended themselves. I got video, fam, of these uncivilized months. I got every single officer camera. I got cam, I got body cam on all of the officers who was involved in the attack. That's right, and I'm gonna show it to you. I got each officer's body camera footage. And I'm gonna show you the clips one by one. Some of them are longer than others, so I'm not gonna show you the whole clip, but I'm just gonna show you enough so you can understand what's going on. Look at this, fam. Look at this uncivilized mutt. And they got the nerve enough. They got the nerve to call the people who pay their salaries animals. Look at this uncivilized mutt. The dude is lying on his back. He got his hands behind his back. His legs are restrained by another officer that's on the other side. He got one officer restraining his legs. The dude wasn't even putting up a fight. He kicking the dude in his abdomen. He kicking the dude in his genitals. They had at least 13 police officers present at once. And not one of those uncivilized mutts opened their mouth to say, well, hold on, guys. Wait a minute, guys. This is not right. Not one. Not one of them said, wait a minute, man, this don't look right. Not one of them said, hey, guys, you know we're on camera, you know we can get caught up. That's how little they're afraid of getting caught up. That's how little they're afraid of being reprimanded. They don't even care about the cameras recording them. Well, they did care enough to turn their body cams off. So that's why you don't have any sound. So you got video, but you don't have sound because they didn't turn them all the way on. So as I was saying, Robert Brooks was sentenced to 12 years in prison. We got body cam footage released on Friday, December 27th, that show New York correctional officers fatally beating Robert Brooks to death earlier this month. 43-year-old Robert Brooks passed away on December 10th at Wynn Hospital in Utica, New York, after an encounter with officers the day earlier at the Marcy Correctional Facility located in, I can't even pronounce the name of that county, so I'm not going to even try. But you know what it is? I like challenges, though. So let me give it a try. I'm going to call it Oneida County. It's either Oneida County or Oneida County. I'm going to go with Oneida County. Let's see if I'm right. Let me try to get this right. Oneida County. Boop, boop. Boom. Got it. Oneida County. Okay. So, Marcy Correctional Facility, located in Oneida County. The man was brutally assaulted by correctional officers at Marcy Correctional Facility. And check this out. Check this out, fam. In a shocking revelation, if you want to call it shocking, court documents have detailed the violent death of inmate Robert Brooks, spotlighting the systemic abuse within New York's correctional system. So that's New York's correctional system. It's a system in all of New York. It's not just Marcy. It's not just Marcy Correctional Facility. It's a system in New York, a system that is very similar to the one in Texas, Georgia, California, Tennessee, Mississippi, Kansas, Delaware, Iowa, Louisiana. Name one. So the assault began when Officer Nicholas Anzalone transporting, it began with Officer Nicholas Anzalone. Is Anzalone or Anzalone? I'm gonna go with Anzalone. Transporting Brooks to the infirmary in a dehumanizing manner, face down and handcuffed. The journey was far from a mere transfer, fam. Body camera footage revealed that Officer Anzalone repeatedly struck Brooks, targeting his head, back, and torso. His method included gripping Brooks's shirt around the neck, potentially to choke or further control him during the assault. As they neared the infirmary, the violence escalated. Other unnamed, uncivilized mutt officers joined Anzalone, contributing to a group assault that included punches, kicks, and other forms of physical abuse. This collective action suggests not only a lack of intervention, but an action participation in the brutality against Brooks. An active participation in the brutality against Brooks. Once inside the infirmary, the assault didn't stop. Officer Robert Kessler, who had assisted in transporting Brooks, was seen shoving him forcefully against a wall, likely causing further injury. Officer Matthew Gallagher then pinned Brooks to an examination bed by applying pressure to his chest, an action that could have restricted breathing and added to the torture. The duration of the assault, as shown in the footage, which I'm about to show y'all, indicates it was not a brief altercation, but a sustained act of violence. There was no apparent effort to provide Brooks with medical attention until after the assault had concluded, pointing to an intent to punish, harm, or kill. The death of Robert Brooks has led to significant legal and administrative repercussions. Governor Kathy Hochul has ordered the termination of 14 involved corrections officers, with the New York Attorney General's office conducting a thorough investigation into the incident. No criminal charges have been filed as of now, but the case has sparked discussions about the use of force with correctional facilities, the culture of violence, and the need for systemic changes. Well, boys and girls, for all of those who voted for Donald Trump, you can forget those changes, though. You can change all you want. But these officers under Donald Trump's administration would not be held accountable. They would just be able to kill anybody. They can kill you over a traffic ticket, and there would be nothing you can do. Now, these are correctional officers, obviously, but I'm talking about all officers. On the correctional side, you could come in there, they could do whatever they want to do to you, and ain't no protection for you. This, I do believe, will lead to people taking the law into their own hands. I do believe that some people are going to say, you know what, man, F this. I tried to do the right thing. I tried to go the right route. But I got no judicial relief. So guess what? I'm going to do it like I want to do it. Now, somebody's out there saying, well, you know, you're going to end up in jail. Some people would rather end up in jail. Some people would rather be dead than to be subjected to that type of abuse, or to be subjected to that type of violence and miscarriage of justice. The police ain't worried about no repercussions. Ain't no sense of calling for reform, fam. The whole system need to be gutted. Because right now, how much sense does it make to reform something that you created to work the way that it's actually currently working? I mean, they created the system to work the way it's working. So how are they going to reform it? That don't even make sense to say that what they're doing is playing in our faces. What they're doing is making fun of our intelligence, or that or lack thereof. They ain't got no intentions on making the system better. All I hear is talk. Every time something like this happens, all they do is talk and shuffle these dirty cops from place to place, facility to facility, town to town, and they rinse and repeat. They give them an opportunity to resign, so that way that they're rehireable. And sometimes, even when they're not supposed to be rehired, when it goes on their record that they're not supposed to be rehired, they get rehired anyway. Because they are recruiting thugs. They are looking for bigots. This is a requirement for many of these police departments. They are recruiting bigots. They're going out of their way. They want the bigots to be on the force. They want the criminal. They want the thug. And they'll protect the criminal. They'll protect the thug in blue or brown or white, whatever they want to wear, whatever color they're wearing. They will protect them as long as they don't go too far across the line and do something too egregious where they're going to just have to throw them under the bus to save the whole. Make no mistake, there is a such thing as going too far. And once they go too far, then it's every man for himself. Everybody's scrambling like, oh shit, they serious about this one. Oh man, it got out of hand. Now they over there worried. I can guarantee, I bet you $1 to a donut right now. Every single one of them are over there worried about the charges coming their way. Every single one of them over there worried right now. Oh, they shaking in their boots. This case serves as a grim reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by inmates and the critical need for oversight, transparency, and humane treatment with correctional institutions. And what went down, make no mistake, what went down at that correctional institution is just a microcosm of what goes down on the streets with these police officers, with these so-called members of law enforcement. You got some dudes who join the police department, they criminals. They join the police department so that they can commit crimes and get away. They join the police department so that they can kill people that they don't like and get away with it. Some of these dudes got 4 and 5 and 6 kills as a police officer, and they're still on the force. They get promoted. They call them heroes. How many of them are showing up drunk, high, out of their minds, coked up and doped up? We talk about conflict resolution skills for citizens, regular citizens, but these police officers need to learn conflict resolution skills because most of them, they ain't got no clue. The moment something don't go like they want it to go, somebody don't respond like they want them to respond, they lose all self-control. So let me show y'all these body cam videos of each of the officers that was in, or the main officers that participated in the attacks, or at least the officers that are being accused of being the main violators in the attack. These are the guys, cameras. These are the guys' body cams. These are excerpts of the body cams. Let's start with, let's get over here. Let me share my screen with y'all. Give you the full screen. Hold on. Give you the full screen. You don't need to see me. So here are here is Glenn Trombley. Now this guy, pay attention. This is Sergeant If your sergeant is participating in unethical behavior, in criminal behavior, what does that tell you as somebody that's under him? Man, this is what we do. This is how we get down over here. This dude has been accused of beating down and maiming inmates in the past. Sergeant Glenn Trombley. This is his body cam footage. No sound, just video. And once again, it's all white cops. Once again. So check this out, fam. Look how they trying to act like he's resisting. Okay, so the man's body is limp. His body is limp. Look at him. This didn't beat him up already. But they just continue to beat him. But look how limp, watch this. Look how limp his body is. Look at this uncivilized mutt right here. Kicking him in the stomach, beating on him. The man's body is limp. But they trying to cover, they always try to cover, put as many bodies on you as possible so that they can conceal their actions. You know, that way you can't see everything that's going on. So that way they have some type of wiggle room to say, oh, he threw up a fist, or he kicked me, he bit me, he spit on me. You can't see everything. So they try to look at him. Look at the man's body limp. Look at him. His body is limp. Look at him. His body is limp. He limp. It look like they didn't killed him already, because it looked like dude is trying to resuscitate him. He was pushing on his sternum, which is really a dangerous maneuver. Okay, he may still be alive right here. Okay, he look like he might be still alive here. This is what uncivilized mutts look like, by the way. And look at him. Now, why would ask yourself, fam, if look at that, just out of nowhere, he just punched the guy. Look at this. Ask yourself, if these guys were being honest and lawful, wouldn't they want us to know what was going on in the video? Wouldn't they want us to hear their voices? Why did they mute their body cams? Look at the bald head when he ready to take another swing at him. Look at him. He ready. Look at this, man. Now, keep in mind, Trumley has violated other inmates already. He had lawsuits filed against him, I believe. So they already, the police, the authorities are already aware that Trumley is a problem. But they allowed him to stay employed, to remain employed, so that he could strike again. This is Michael Alone's body cam. Y'all remember the name of each one of these uncivilized mutts. Even at the infirmary where people are supposed to be there to save life, to preserve life, they see what's going on and they let that man just get beat up and get beat to death. Officer Michael Fisher. Michael Fisher, he is. Here's his body cam. You see that? You see how he grabbed him by the neck, fam? He picked him up by the neck. Look at this. Look at this uncivilized mutt. But they'll make you think the inmates, they will make you think only the inmates are capable of being uncivilized. Look at this. Not one person, hey man, don't do that. What's wrong with you? Not one person. Look at that. He changing his gloves. They didn't beat the man so damn bad. He got gloves. He didn't hurt his hand. He bleeding under the gloves. He didn't hurt his hand beating him so bad. They changing gloves, washing their hands from all the blood. Look at this uncivilized mutt. Look at this. Look at him. He's steady. He hitting him with a shoe. Now watch him grab him by the neck to lift him up. Look at this. Look at this dude. And he kicked him. Now he raised his leg just to protect himself. He didn't raise his leg to even fight back. He only raised his leg to protect himself. But you will have other uncivilized mutts making excuses for them. Look at this, man. The man's body is limp. The man ain't got no fight in him. Look at these cowards over here laughing. A man is being beat to death. Somebody that they're supposed to be helping, protecting, and they're over there laughing. Imagine how many times they've seen something like this happen. See, this didn't just happen out of nowhere. This is a procedure. This is how they get down. Not the man dead now. Look at him, he dead. And he's still not showing him any compassion. Still swinging on him. He's dead. They still punching him. And look at him. Are they going to look like they're going to try to put cuffs on him after they killed him? They kill you, and then they create chaos and then try to play the savior, the hero. If they don't put him in that condition, they ain't got to try to revive him. It's like when they shoot you 50, 60, 70 damn times and then run their stupid ass over there trying to act like they trying to perform CPR after they done put 70 bullets in you. Matthew Gallagher. Officer Matthew Gallagher. Matthew Gallagher. Look at this, fam. Look at these uncivilized mutts. He beating the man with a shoe. And see, you got to keep in mind too, fam, some people have a fetish for taking black life. Some people have a fetish for harming black bodies. They live their entire life to harm black bodies. And they get an opportunity, that's a free kill for them. It's almost, for some of them, it's like a rite of passage. Here's Trombley again. Again, watch how, look at him, fam. Look how they trying to act like he resisting. Like they applying all that pressure like he really resisting. They try to cover up the body as much as they can. They try to cover up as much of your body as they can, so that the camera won't catch their actions. So they can swing on you, shoot you, whatever they want to do to you, and they can have some wiggle room for a lie to say you kicked them or you spit on them or you reached for something. They pile in and they create a shield so that you can't, so that the camera can't see what's going on, so that witnesses can't see what's going on. Look at the one, look at him in the back, in the middle right there, back there laughing. It's another, okay, fam, let me see if I can find a different. So these are the same officers, I believe. Let me see if these are the same cameras. Okay, this is different. Where are all the doctors? Where are the nurses at the infirmary? Have you ever seen an infirmary so empty? You know where they are? They hiding. They're sitting back in a room somewhere, laughing about what's going on. Where are the doctors and the nurses? Now, for all you white people that's listening right now, I want y'all to pay attention because I got something for y'all coming up really shortly. Right after this video, I got something to show y'all. Since y'all think it's a game. Some of y'all think it's a game. Some of y'all think that, well, you know, that happens to them. That's just them. Yeah, I got something to show y'all. This is how casual they are about death. Now, remember, fam, anytime a regular citizen kills somebody, they show up in the media and they start talking like their asses are the real protectors of society. They act like they're so hurt, and it's such a shame. It was such a senseless murder. They can't understand how a person can be this way, but they're the exact same person who they're trying to persecute. They're exactly the same, and their bosses are exactly the same. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Let me show y'all something. Show y'all a picture of somebody. Y'all know who that dude there is? See, a lot of y'all probably don't know who that is. Family, the person that you see on the screen right now, that's Adam Bauer. In February 2020, Adam was a year out from his release date when corrections officers beat him in a bathroom at the Marcy prison and then accused him of attacking them. This is according to an ongoing lawsuit. Nicholas Azzalone, one of the officers accused in the assault of Mr. Brooks, joined with other officers in the attack on Mr. Bauer, the lawsuit said. On Friday, a man who answered a phone belonging to Mr. Azzalone, a corrections officer who joined the department in 2007, declined to comment. They knew, listen to what I'm saying, fam. This is, so when y'all hear the corrections officers step up and say this and that, or certain politicians act like they're totally bewildered about all of this, they don't understand none of it. When they act surprised, just know this. They knew about Nicholas Azzalone for many years, and they did nothing. Adam said he was exiting a bathroom stall and about to light a cigarette with a battery when a guard stopped him and asked what he was doing. According to the lawsuit, the officer ordered Mr. Bauer to stand against the wall for a frisk. After a few pats, the officer began punching him in the head until he fell to the floor and then kicked him, according to the lawsuit, which I believe because, they ain't got no problem kicking folks. 2 sergeants and Mr. Azzalone joined in, including one sergeant who slammed a clipboard against Mr. Bauer's head so hard that the metal clamps tore a hole in his scalp. The guards then dragged him out of the prison, put him in a van, and drove him to the infirmary. Mr. Bauer said, once there, he was forced to lie face down on the floor as Mr. Azzalone kicked his feet, the lawsuit said. Now, you would think, okay, I'm going to the infirmary. They're sending me to go get help. No, man, the infirmary is just an extension of the prison. They're just as comfortable killing somebody, beating somebody to death at the infirmary, as they are in prison. As a matter of fact, it's probably easier for them to kill you at the infirmary, because then they can say, well, you was injured and they were trying to get you some help, and at least you was at the infirmary, but they were unable to save you. Photos of Mr. Bauer showed him dazed, topless, and wearing only red shorts while seated on a gurney in the infirmary. That's what you're looking at right now, fam. That's the picture you see right now. That's the picture you see right now. See how he's sitting on the edge of that gurney? Red shorts, dazed, leaking. Blood was splattered on the floor and dripped down his face from 2 gashes on his forehead. Adam said, man, I was so scared to death. I really, truly thought they was going to kill me. Now, check this out, fam. Now, this is how they're able to get away with so much. To cover up the assault, the lawsuit contends the officers lied. Can you believe that? A police officer lied? A corrections officer lied? They told a nurse that he had harmed himself. They took him to a nearby hospital and told medical staff there that he had been attacked by another prisoner. One corrections employee told hospital workers that Mr. Bauer's injuries were from a seatbelt. Well, you better hurry up and sue the makers of that damn vehicle and the makers of the seatbelt. That's a dangerous ass seatbelt. When Mr. Bauer was returned to the prison, he was thrown into solitary confinement on false disciplinary charges for 60 days until a prison official reversed the decision according to the lawsuit. That's another tactic they use. They create chaos and play the victim or the hero while punishing you further for doing nothing. They beat you and then punish you even more for having the audacity to complain about being beaten. The Corrections Department's Office of Special Investigations looked into the allegations against the guards, Mr. Rosenfeld said, but ultimately found that the force was necessary and reasonable to get Mr. Bauer to comply. The officers, she said, were never interviewed by investigators. This is why you want to avoid prison by all means, boys and girls, because once you get there, they do whatever the hell they want. The same year in September, two other guards now implicated in the beating of Mr. Brooks, Sergeant Glenn Trombley and Officer Anthony Farina, participated in an assault on a prisoner named William Alvarez, according to a lawsuit. So, for all of you out there, talking to you, my white fans, my white folks, my white subscribers, for all y'all out there that think this don't happen to white folks and it can't happen to white folks, well, here's a white man that it happened to. And while he didn't die, there have been many others who have died while in custody at these correctional facilities. So you got a black man dead, a white man beat damn near to death, and now we're about to talk about a Hispanic man by the name of William Alvarez. So according to a lawsuit, Mr. Alvarez was cleaning the bathroom shower area when an officer pepper sprayed him without provocation, according to his lawsuit. Mr. Alvarez ran out into the main dorm area in sight of other prisoners, he said, but the officer ordered him to stand still. As he stood with his hands on the wall, Mr. Alvarez said in his lawsuit, the officer slammed his head repeatedly against it and then cuffed him. Mr. Trombley and Mr. Farina arrived, and together, the three officers kicked him in the head and body before dragging him into a van and taking him to the infirmary. The attack continued in the van, the lawsuit said, with Mr. Farina and Mr. Trombley looking on as the other officers punched him over and over again until the van pulled up into the infirmary. And Mr. Trombley said, "That's enough." Mr. Alvarez, who said in the lawsuit that he is now permanently disfigured, required facial surgery. Like Mr. Bauer, Mr. Alvarez was accused of attacking the guards and held in solitary confinement for 60 days. So you see, fam, this can happen to anybody. What happened? What happened to Robert Brooks could really happen to anybody that's incarcerated. Anybody. And just for y'all law abiding, ain't never did nothing wrong, ain't never gonna do nothing wrong, ain't got no family members that's gonna ever do nothing wrong that you really care about. Your kids ain't never gonna do nothing wrong, ain't never gonna be falsely accused. Just so you know, it could happen to anybody. Somebody said, Florida Patrol, Highway Patrol said, not anybody. You don't see them doing this to ex-cops that are in prison. How many ex-cops you know that are in prison? Hell, you can go to a whole damn prison facility and not run into an ex-cop. They so damn rarely. You so rarely will find a police officer in a prison facility among population. Hell, it's almost like it's non-existent. China Carter, what's up? Crystal Clean. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Pro what? Liberation Unit. Swift. See, I'm going to tell you something, fam. These cops, these correctional officers, they ain't bad. They really ain't badass. They ain't really like that. I'm talking about as far as being hard and all. They not that. The only reason they do the shit that they do is because they feel they have a very, very good chance of getting away with it. They don't fear being reprimanded. That's it. That is the only reason why they do what they do. If a person don't have any incentive to change bad behavior or to not behave badly in the first place, it's going to be very difficult to stop them from behaving like uncivilized mutts. That is the problem with law enforcement all across America. The slaps on the wrist and the dismissals tell members of law enforcement that they are above the law and that doing right is not really a priority. Abiding by the law is not a priority, at least not for them. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world.